What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Drake and Jimmy Jew Show. My name is Drake Peterson. That over there is the very dependable Jimmy the Jew, and as always, joining us is our producer Christopher McCone. And joining us today, Tuesday, November 10th, in the spirit of this shit show of an election, is on-air TV political analyst, conservative spokesperson, attorney, past contestant on Donald Trump's The Apprentice. You've probably seen her featured on CNN, Fox News Business Network, MSNBC, OAN, and Sky News. Please welcome Erin Elmore.
Hi.
Hello, damn. That kind of shit. I want to marry you now.
Oh, well, I'm already married, but whatever. It's fine.
Heartbreaker. Already a heartbreaker.
Well, and wait, you're the Jewish one, right?
Yeah.
I am a converted Jew. So
Oh, it happens. Good.
I chose this.
Smart.
This love of being Jewish. So here I am.
Do we know if Jimmy's actually Jewish yet? Has he revealed that on the show?
Yes,
Want to see my
he
Hanukkah?
is. He is.
Have you done one of those DNA tests?
No. Do you have to?
No. Well, soon you will. Yeah, in January you will.
what was
As
Sammy
part of the
Davis-
new
Oh
government.
my God!
What
Here
would
we go.
What would Sammy Davis Jr. do?
What
What was that?
What did Sammy Davis Jr. Remember? He was converted.
was he?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
So, Erin, you have you
Ivanka
literally-
Trump too.
You have a fake news shirt on, and I absolutely love that.
Yes.
Yeah, I like to stick my thumb in the eye of, anything proper.
But you are. What's funny though is that you are on a bunch of these news channels. So do you wear that on the news channels when you go in?
No, I wear TV lady clothes when I do my media hits.
TV
the
lady
dress. The dress, because to be honest, when you're on television, you're under a lot of lights.
Yeah.
So you have to wear certain fabrics and certain consistencies, and certain patterns aren't welcome. So it's generally like a thick wool dress that's in a solid color.
Oh, that sounds hot.
Jimmy, stop hitting on her.
Not sexy hot. I mean, like hot wool. Like you're sweating.
Oh, yes. Well, it's okay. I run cold, so
I
I'm
run hot.
okay.
I run hot.
I see Jimmy's face already. He's already in love. I can tell.
Hey, conservative women are the best. Okay, just stop.
Conservative women are hotter, you guys. It's not
Way hotter.
disputable.
See, it is.
You wrote an article about that. You were telling us earlier.
I did a little video blog. I'll send it to you guys so you can post it. But basically, I don't remember the exact statistics, but 2 or 3 different scientific journals, credible peer-reviewed studies came out and said that conservative people are better looking.
Way better looking because they're happier.
They're happier. I forget what the other reasons were. We're happier. And people that generally believe in financial accountability and personal responsibility, like, those kind of values are better looking, things of that nature.
Yeah,
I
they
swear.
take better care of
I'm not
themselves.
making this up.
I believe it. Takes better care of themselves and everything. They care more about everything. They're just better people.
Okay, so then let's just do a quick little. Jimmy, why don't you go ahead and turn your camera around to your living room, and then we'll turn my living room around, and we'll see who has a nicer living room: the gay guy or the disgusting straight guy.
Or the normal.
Disgusting.
Thank you.
You guys are both. You two are both gay, kind of.
No, just one of us.
Poor Jimmy has the box fan over there.
Right.
I know.
But it's a nice ass box fan.
So here's the thing, Jimmy, if you want me to come over, I don't know where you live. I created this whole background for myself. I can make you a background full of trinkets and stuff in the background that makes you happy.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll get you a nice light. We'll fix you right up.
Where are you calling from?
Hold on. Let's see Jimmy's background first. I'd like to see Jimmy's living room.
Where are you right now, Erin?
I am in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, a Democrat
Oh.
stronghold.
I love
Wow.
it.
Till the votes come back.
We're working on it. I was
Till the
there
real votes
yesterday.
come back. Yeah.
I was there yesterday working as a poll watcher in Philadelphia.
That's Drake's job all the time.
what's the
Yeah.
scene like there right now?
Oh boy. There was not a lot of transparency, I will say that much. And I don't want to get too boring for your viewers and listeners, but Philly has been a Democrat stronghold for as long as anyone can remember. And there's one Republican, like the token Republican on I forget what the exact word, like the election board, let's call it, or the city council, whatever it is. But the problem with him is he's a Republican in name only. We call that a rhino. And he's there as the willingly suppressed minority party. And this is all alleged. I can't prove this. People like him, they say, okay, you just be the token Republican. And by the way, your brother that owns the construction company, we have this government contract that'll make him like 70 mil. You want that? Make sure he bids on it next week. So this gentleman in Philly yesterday came out and said, anyone who thinks there's election fraud in Philly is crazy. Well, he's wrong, because I was there on Sunday night. They told us that there was going to be 12 machines like 12 machines that are going to be reviewing the votes. I'm trying to keep this simple. 1 o'clock in the morning, they say, oopsies, it's not 12, it's 50. I don't know about you guys, but how does a city government, find that many extra computers and workers overnight?
Right.
Fishy.
Scam. It's all fraudulent.
So, I mean, it's listen, all we want as Americans is transparency in the process, right?
Exactly.
Everyone, and by the way, here's the thing about all of these things that happen right now. The Republicans are upset because we don't have transparency. I mean, there's an illusion, perceived, real or other. There is a perception that there is fraud. Okay. But you're doing this to us now. What is to tell you in 2 years that this won't happen to you? So everyone, whether you're Kanye voter, Biden, Obama, Hillary, Trump, Ross Perot, let's kick it back old school.
I voted for Ross Perot back in the day.
I don't think I was old enough yet.
Me neither.
But everyone should want transparency in the process, you guys. Winners and losers and anyone in the middle.
Yeah.
Well, in Trump 2000 right now, and the Democrats wanted transparency. Cool, do it again. I'm cool with it. I just want to see it done right.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, this stuff happened in 2006 and 2016. Like, everyone was all, up in arms. And I'm just like looking back at the past few years of my life, and it really does seem like Americans, whether left or right, are just kind of like crybabies who are throwing hissy fits when they aren't getting what they want.
100%.
On both sides.
I can see the Democrats doing that when Trump won, legitly in 2016.
The Russia collusion, right? Russia collusion.
Oh yeah, Russia collusion. They end up being all the Democrats.
And who right now is out looting and rioting when our candidate is
all
allegedly
Democrats.
Not winning?
Both sides.
No one is now. It's over because they think they have their anointed king.
They were shooting off fireworks in Minneapolis and they got arrested.
When was this?
In Minneapolis, they were still rioting. They were down.
It's called celebrations. Fireworks are celebrations.
No, they were down they were causing a havoc in downtown Minneapolis when Trump got elected.
It's a celebration, like a hockey
Trump
game.
got elected? Well,
no,
but I'm saying now that. Really?
When they thought he was going to win, they were out there shooting off fireworks, rioting.
When they thought who was going to win, Biden or Trump?
When they thought Trump was going to win, when Trump put his tweet out.
Well, yeah, of course. But now that they have Biden, so the point is you don't see Trump supporters out in the street. Really causing a scene and breaking stuff. I put a funny post on my Instagram. I'll have to send it to you guys. I was sitting in a cocktail dress and I was wearing like a funny mask and had high heels on. And I said, this is my riot gear because, my candidate isn't winning. I'm going to go to Saks. Oh, but wait, I'm going to pay for everything I take. And I am going to deface the heck out of a credit card receipt. Keep it classy, Antifa.
All this Antifa stuff's all Biden. It's all the Democrats. Everybody.
Also, Trump supporters are out there too. They were blocking Biden's bus. The FBI is investigating it.
With guns.
Because they were going through Texas. Of course, it's going to be all Trump people.
Well,
that
was actually a funny thing to watch.
That was a funny watch. And they weren't trying to run them off the road. They stayed their distance. They surrounded the bus. Hey, they helped them travel safely.
Right. There's a big difference between surrounding a bus and breaking a window and stealing a pair of Nikes.
And pulling people out and beating them up on the ground because they're voting for the person.
Actually, I'm not supporting that because I live in Minneapolis, so I had to deal with.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I'm in Minneapolis right now. So we moved right down from the riot, so we had to break a lease and remove. So I'm not supporting looting buildings or anything like that. But I think that movement is super important. They're going about it the wrong way, but.
And we're both in California, so Drake's in Southern California. I'm in Northern California.
Oh, we lost her.
She's frozen.
She froze.
Oh boy.
Probably got a call.
Damn, she is super frozen.
Should I remove her and then put her back on?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know what's going on.
Okay, let me remove her.
hope her internet didn't die or something.
Here she is. She's back.
There, I'm sorry, guys.
No, it's all good.
She's back.
Sorry about that. You know, in this world we're living in, sometimes we have connection issues.
Isn't it crazy?
And just to let you know, too, Drake's in Southern California. I'm in Northern California.
Okay, so we've got Minneapolis in California. Okay.
And Southern California, Northern California.
That's
And
awesome.
then Philadelphia. We could like all combine powers and make it a fun party.
I love that. I
So
know
how
lots of
did you-
people on the East Coast.
How did you get started doing what you do? So you are a lawyer, is that correct?
So the crazy journey of my life began. So I went to law school and I started working at a law firm, and I was like, geez, this kind of is the most terrible thing ever. But I didn't know what else to do because I just graduated. So I'm like a cog in a wheel of the law firm life, looking at my shoes.
Why was it terrible or
Because
terrifying?
billing hours as a lawyer, like lawyering is like a grind. Every minute you work, you have to bill. Like it's 0.1, which is 6 minutes. Like your life is lived in 6-minute increments. Like you make a phone call, 0.1. You write an email, 0.1. You do. It is sheer and utter torture when you're new and like doing research and writing. And it's just, it was a lot, and it wasn't very fun. So this was a while ago. And this was when Donald Trump's Apprentice was on the air, and there was a tryout in Philly, and people kept calling me and saying, you have to go try out. You have to go try out. And I stood in line like everyone else, and I just looked around at these people, and for some reason, it just came over me. I got this. So they take you in a room and you do like a boardroom scenario. And there was some young kid in there talking about how he should be on The Apprentice because his dad was rich. And I just looked at him and I said, do you even know what nepotism means, you worthless little weasel? If you know what nepotism is, you can stay and I'll leave. If you don't, you're leaving. And I go, what is nepotism? And he couldn't answer it. So I'm like, okay, you can leave now.
Bye.
Bye. And so the trick to that is like that we conducted the interview, we kept going. And then at the end, they're like, everyone can leave, go home. We will call you to let you know if you made it. And then like the woman kind of grabbed me by the arm and she was like, stay here.
No way.
And then they took me into the back room to the next interview, to the next interview, to the next interview. And 2 weeks later, I was living in Trump Tower.
That's badass.
Yeah, it was so fun.
And then how was the show? Like, what was
it was
your
so fun
experience?
and so hard. I mean, I know I got to know
Wait,
all
Trump's,
the family.
Trump or the show?
Trump is exactly the same. He's just even like funnier and more chill. He was so nice to me, so respectful, so classy, treated me like a mentee, and I treated him like a mentor. He helped me get my first media job because that's what I wanted to do. We kept in touch all over the years, and I mean, he was awesome. He was great to work with, fun, funny.
You mean he's not a racist, sexist pig like all these fucking little weirdos think?
No, he was amazing.
Exactly.
Like none of these allegations of misconduct have ever stuck against him, ever.
Yeah.
Ever. Not one of them. Not one of them.
Kids next to you right now that believe in CNN and all that stuff.
Well,
Oh,
look,
yeah,
I watched that movie Hoaxed, and so I understand like all the stuff about fake news and all these things
Do
that
you?
are definitely taken out of context. But I mean, he has said a few things, like the way he's, publicly, talking
Please don't
about
talk about
certain women.
Charlottesville. Please don't talk about Charlottesville because that whole hoax has been dispelled. But anyway, go ahead.
Well, I don't even know I don't know what you're talking. What are you talking about for that?
I follow him. I believe in him with the whole Rosie O'Donnell thing.
Oh. Well, so there was a situation where he was giving, there was rallies going on in Charlottesville, and there were white supremacists there, but there was also a dispute over a statue.
Oh yeah.
And they were saying the very fine people. The mainstream media has perpetuated the myth that he was speaking about there were very fine people in the white supremacy group. I read the transcript, and everyone that believes that this narrative should do the same. The people that he was speaking about, he totally disavowed white supremacy. That day there. He said, but there in that speech. Second of all, he was clearly speaking about the people on the statue. So that whole thing is dispelled. But yeah, listen, he chooses his words in a way that many people don't find to be dignified.
I like it.
I think not carefully. It's just like whatever comes on top of his head just pops out of his mouth.
Good. Freedom of speech. You should be able to say what you want. If you get hurt by it, you're a fucking little pussy. Fucking man the fuck up and beat up your parents for fucking raising a fucking dwarf fucking idiot.
Woo! Ooh, I need a buzzer for you.
Oh, dude. I thought, man, these fucking little leftist fucking weirdos. I'm in California, right by Berkeley. Oh, fuck. We got the worst.
Oh, my God. How do you
fucking
live?
weirdos. I mean, I knock people out, but, that's what I do.
I need to come visit you.
Hey, they literally don't face me anywhere. They wait till I leave. They put notes on my car.
Do you wear a MAGA hat up there?
I wear a MAGA hat. I have MAGA shorts when I go out in the Delta boats. I got MAGA shirts. I do all this shit.
I gotta get in touch with you. Make sure like I get your number so I can come up and visit. We'll
oh yeah, I got my big Dodge diesel truck has Trump stickers on the back. Oh yeah, I don't give a fuck. Nobody fucks with me.
Wow, I love that.
Love it.
Why does the media hate Donald Trump so much?
So here's the thing, and I wanted to talk about the media. So I don't want to start sounding like a tinfoil hat brigade member, but the mainstream, like if Joe Biden wins, you have to realize he's a hologram. And Absolutely. You are going to be controlled by big tech, which is Google, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter.
I already see that.
And Facebook and the mainstream media, because they control what you see and they control what you hear. That's why on election night, they called it for Biden so early. So if you think about I would just advise everyone, if you're conservative or liberal, just think for yourself. The media is controlling the narrative of life, whether it's coronavirus, a disease with a 99.9% survival rate, has people living in fear of like having kids with sun lamps in their basement because their parents are too afraid for them to go outside. Someone told me this statistic yesterday, and I would hope one of you guys can get it verified. Let's say the number, and like I said, verify it. 8,000 people a day die in the United States. 8,000 people died last year, the year before, the year before, the year before. How many people died in the last year into coronavirus? The same number. The numbers of deaths in we're not having a massive death off, if you will, okay? The same number of people are still dying. The average age of death in the United States hasn't gone up. But when you turn on the media when Trump is president, it's the cases are rising, the cases are rising, the cases are rising. Right. Mark my words, you heard it here first today, that once Biden is president, if he becomes president, it's going to say the hospitalizations are decreasing, the hospitalizations are decreasing, the hospitalizations are decreasing. Right. It's being tied in and buying into this media narrative because they control you. Exactly. Like be a better, smarter person on both sides of the aisle.
Exactly.
I'm looking at 2018 and it says 2.8 million people died in
each day, I'm saying.
Oh, each day. You want to do each day? Okay.
That's 2017, Drake, actually.
The numbers are generally consistent. Like if you look over the like do a 10-year, and where are you getting your data from? I would like make sure it's a .gov.
Yeah, it's a .gov, cdc.gov. It says 2,800,000 died in the U.S. Let's see, let me find out how many.
But you're not through this year yet, but let's see what it is.
Yeah, so we'll find out. But I mean, how many people have died of coronavirus that they're saying?
It's kind of irrelevant. Like, take that off the equation. Take that out of the equation because it's largely irrelevant.
Okay, so you want to find out the exact number.
Just how many people died last year? How many people died this year? If you do the day rate, how many people died a day because we're not through this year, it'll be a little.
Yeah, I look for a graph too. That's good.
It looks like 2018 is 2.839,205.
And then what it's we can look this up and we'll throw it on our.
Because I didn't say it was verified. I'm not sitting here saying I know but from what I was told by a reputable source is that our death rates in the United States aren't any higher than they were the previous years.
And they should go up a little bit every year just because more and more people become. Earth gets more.
Yeah, there'll be a way to tell if you start looking at 2005 to whatever, you know what I mean? Something like that. And this is more a part of a greater conversation. I'm not sitting here spouting off, telling you something that's a fact. I'm saying, let's look into these things. The average age of death hasn't gone up. So I think that, coronavirus largely has a 99.9% survival rate, yet we have, and under Biden, they're going to get the economy. What we're going to do right now is all the conservative states are going to be open. They're pushing right now the narrative that we're going to go back into lockdowns. So until Trump is out, the liberal states are all going to put us back in lockdowns. And then the inauguration, everyone can go out, just wear a mask, be careful. We're working on this vaccine. Everyone's going to be okay. And by the way, I have it under good authority that this vaccine as of right now cannot be mass produced.
But what about the military? Trump keeps saying the military is going to, we're gonna give it to everybody.
Well, the military should probably be first in line. I don't disagree with that assertion at all.
No, he's saying the military is going to help everyone get it. He said in a couple of weeks. Like, is that just a lie?
When was that last? Now I don't know exactly what's going on because Pfizer or Merck or whoever it was, of course, didn't announce the vaccine when they said they would in mid-October until Biden was announced. Again, right. The mainstream media controls you.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that because I was listening to that yesterday.
I don't have cable.
Yeah, it's tough.
I watch like One American News, First American. I watch all that stuff.
Oh, Newsmax.
Yeah, I watch App TV.
Yeah, I'm on all of them.
Yeah, I don't watch that regular. Fuck that local shit.
Well, the locals, like your local channels, try to be nonpartisan and just tell you like there's a cat stuck on a tree.
Yeah.
They're just funny because
they can't even get the fucking weather right. Fuck. Hey, tomorrow's gonna be sunny. It's fucking pouring down rain. It's like, you motherfuckers. That's why I should have been a newscaster anchor. You can be wrong every day of your fucking life, and fucking people still watch you.
You know what you should do? You should get, a lot of those people. Not to be disparaging to the meteorology profession.
Meteorologists, yes.
I think there's an online, now everyone has online degrees, but back in the day, everyone would get an online meteorology degree from Mississippi State. So if you ever meet a meteorologist that's like a little older, I can guarantee you they had this like online wall degree from Mississippi State.
That's great.
Yeah. Now it's probably different. A lot of people probably have those programs.
So I made a little a fake news game, and I'm gonna name. I just found a list of media agencies, and I just want you to really quickly say fake news or real news.
Okay, I love this.
All right, so just as quick as you can. All right. ABC.
Fake.
Wait, do I have to just say you're saying the network?
Yeah, I'm going to say the network, and you just have to say just if we should trust them or not. So you can just say fake news, real news.
Okay, I'll play along. Let's say ABC, fake news.
Yes. CBS.
Fake news.
Fake news.
CNN.
Oh,
getting better.
The fakest. The fakest.
Fox News.
I'm on Fox News a lot. Hi, friends at Fox.
But they're starting to go shitty. I mean, Tucker's the shit. Tucker's the best. But they're starting to kind of go down a little bit.
MSNBC.
They did a good night did a good job with their coverage to a certain degree on election night.
New York Times.
The worst.
LA
Fakest
Times.
Of the fake. LA Times, like I thought that was toilet paper. Toilet paper news.
USA Today.
Was good, and then now they're faker by the minute.
OAN.
Real, awesome, legitimate news.
I watch them.
Hi, Jen Pellegrino.
Wall Street Journal.
Amazing source of news, real news.
Washington Post.
Hi, Jeff Bezos. Good job cheating on your wife.
Bloomberg.
Little Mike. Hi, little Mike. Whatever. They do provide good financial and otherwise,
NPR.
The best.
I hope we defund them.
Right.
Forget about defunding the police. Let's defund NPR.
Defund NPR. I love NPR.
I need NPR in my life.
Do you what's your name? Oh, God, Marty Moss Cohen. Is she on the East Coast only, maybe?
It must be, yeah. I don't know who that is.
Yeah, it's sort of like the one they do on Saturday Night Live. Sweaty one.
Sweaty balls. Yeah.
Sweaty balls.
Chocolate sweaty balls.
Yes.
That's the best.
So we'll give a little love to NPR. Yeah.
What's your favorite? What do you watch?
Well, you guys have to know about Newsmax too. They're a rising star.
Yes, they are.
Newsmax is a rising star. If you don't get it, download the app.
What is it? Tell us.
Newsmax.
No, but tell us about it.
They just haven't called the election yet. They're emerging as a new outlet for conservatives that
want truth.
Yeah, that's it.
Seriously.
We have a bipartisan system of news, and we have a bipartisan system of government.
Yeah, am I allowed to watch that, Jimmy?
Actually, you probably should. You might actually get some testosterone built up in your body.
So when you guys aren't talking about politics, what are you guys talking about?
Oh,
everything. You don't want to know.
Well, Drake's in I don't know if you ever listen to reggae or anything. Drake's in a big reggae band for Iration. They're a huge traveling,
that's cool.
Huge band. So we have a lot of music people on here. And actually our producer is actually a tech for Iration, the band. So we have a lot of music people on here. We have
cool.
porn stars on here, Miss America on here.
Oh, good.
We have just everything.
So, okay, you run the
Literally
gamut.
everything.
Oh, good.
Everything.
So this is a good little change of pace. I hope your people don't get bored with a little bit of politics.
No, actually, a lot of my people want it because they have these little liberal idiots on here once in a while that I just can't deal with. But it's nice because we have a mix of everything. Because me and Drake are so opposites of everything, and that's what our show is. He's gay. He hates Trump. All that stuff. I'm a biker. I'm straight as fuck. I love bitches, and and we're like this. I love Trump, and we're just total two opposites. But we're showing the world that even though we cap on each other a lot, we can still get along.
That's good. That you don't see that a lot. You don't see that a lot.
You don't.
But
trust me, I want to beat him up a lot, but I don't.
Yeah, I think with all of this stuff that's going on right now, I live in Philly, which is super liberal, like I said, and Philly is a small town in a weird way, so people know me. I've been here for a long time. I'm out and about a lot. I feel like I sort of, to a degree, have a little bit of a target on my back if Trump doesn't win or whatever. And I have taken the tack of I'm just going to be classy. Like, I'm just going to be classy about it when I'm out and about. And if people want to if people want to attack me or chastise me, it's only going to make them look bad because I know how to be the bigger person.
Well, and you're educated too, which a lot of these idiot liberals are not. You go and talk to them like, what do you hate about Trump? I hate him. Okay, well, give me some reason. He's racist. Actually, he's not. And there's millions of things you can show he's not racist with. He's done more for the black colleges and history. He's got the
crime bill.
The crime bill that fucking Biden fucking passed, and Kamala fucking is just killing people, putting black people.
Kamala was a really difficult prosecutor. If you
she was right here in San Francisco. It was horrible. She was the worst.
If you ever talk about children in separation, what she wanted to do is if parents weren't sending their children to school, that's called truancy.
Yeah.
She had truancy courts to put people in jail, separate parents from their children if they weren't sending their children to school.
Right. That makes sense.
Wow, that's absolutely insane.
Almost the worst,
true.
dude. Everybody out here
that is
knows
a fact. Yeah. And she kept prisoners in jail longer than their sentences because they were free labor.
And a guy in death row could have proved his innocence with DNA tests. She blocked it so he couldn't get it, so he didn't get out.
Yeah.
But she is the worst. And everybody, I'm in the Bay Area, that's where she was. Everybody up here knows it. She's like just evil.
And the allegations of how she got to where she aren't exactly out.
She sucked off Willie Brown.
She's not a woman that got to a position of power by grit and integrity.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, most people that get to a position of power don't usually do the nicest things.
Like,
so you're saying sexual favors are different than being corporate, being a
She's a Monica Lewinsky.
Is that really what you're?
That's an insult.
Saying?
That's an insult to Monica Lewinsky.
That's true. That is true. You're right.
Are you saying she fucked her way to the top? Is that essentially what you're?
Everybody knows she got caught sucking Willie Brown's dick.
Yeah, I'd fuck my way to the top. I'm fine with that.
Is that actually true? I mean, are these like
those painted fingernails?
You can let everyone look it up for themselves. You can do your own research.
Toenails.
Sorry. Can you just break down, since you are a lawyer and you have been? I saw some of your interviews recently. Can you just talk about some of the court cases that are surrounding the election right now?
Yeah.
Maybe break them down uninterrupted.
So, I mean, the easiest way to, it's like, there are allegations of fraud in several states. The big states are Pennsylvania, Arizona, Georgia, potentially Nevada. We're looking at Wisconsin and Michigan. The issues vary, from computer glitches, counting ballots that came in too late, counting ballots that are improperly marked, tampering with machines. So the issues are broad, but I will say this, every state has to bring their own cases. And whether they make it to the Supreme Court through that state system is dependent upon the various states. The Supreme Court of the United States never has to hear a case. It is their decision. So this may make it there, this may not. We need pervasive allegations of fraud. And I think, in my humble opinion, there needs to be some sort of smoking gun. They activated Bill Barr yesterday. So, that's an optimistic sign for the president. I don't know what's going to happen. I want to see it play out because I believe in the due process of law. We're having recounts, audits, and court cases. We cannot allow someone to become a president until those things have played out and due process has been achieved. Yes. Joe Biden is not the president-elect of the United States. I repeat, Joe Biden is not the president-elect of the United States. First, the Secretary of State of each state has to certify the election.
Yes.
Right.
Then in December, the Electoral College meets and they vote. Then you have a president-elect. So until then, this is what it is. And I know there's a thing called the GSA General Services. They are not letting Joe Biden in to do his transition. They should not, because he is not the president-elect. And the woman that runs the GSA is taking a lot of heat right now. And that means that Joe Biden is still having to fundraise and finance his transition team. And he should, because he is not the president-elect.
Correct.
So those are some of the issues at play right now. I know the great legal and political scholar Alyssa Milano is saying things on Twitter like, you need to let President Biden in and you need to let him do this and that. It's like, you're so mistaken with your knowledge of the law, politics, and the Constitution. It's almost embarrassing for you.
She was hot when she was on Who Was the Boss. She was my crush as a kid.
Well, the problem is,
After
is
that,
a lot
she's
of
an idiot.
the problem is a lot of these celebrities that have lost their career for one reason or another then resort to politics. And you don't have to have a degree like a doctor to practice politics. So the opinions run rampant. So for example, I used to be a big fan of Howard Stern, and I have completely given him up because he reads the New York Times and thinks that is his political Bible. That's like me reading how to do heart surgery in the New York Times and then going and performing heart surgery. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just read one publication and think that you have all of the facts and the full picture.
I would say the conservatives are more intelligent people by far. They're more successful people.
I hope so. I mean, listen, liberals
I
are
think so.
the highly educated in traditional education are the liberals, because they're the ones running our college. You know, the people that have 17 PhDs, those people tend to be liberal. But I think the intelligence you're talking about is perhaps an emotional intelligence, and a social and a critical thinking, free thinking, and social awareness.
Definitely.
Yeah, they'll be sitting there in their mansion with a wall and a gate and say that walls are bad.
Right.
Alyssa Milano herself was talking about guns and gun control, and then she had an armed guard when she was in Washington.
Right.
that's
so. I mean, the hypocrisy is pretty clear. And if you want me to go on a little tirade here and talk about guns, the left really didn't think about all of this to fund the police and these encouraging of riots, which they totally did in the beginning. I think that, and another thing, let's fact check, because I'm here just to talk.
I think that's a really big time media narrative. I think the media is really making it seem like everybody on the left wants to defund the police. I don't really think that is the case.
I don't want
but to your to that point, the media has pushed it so far that the suburban housewife is so scared that I think concealed carry permits amongst women is up 500% this year.
Mm-hmm.
Gun sales are through the roof. So if the left wants to talk about controlling guns, that horse has left the barn in a major way. To get that rein back in is going to be really hard, unless they do a confiscation program, which I wouldn't be surprised about.
What's that one guy? He was running. Beto. I hate that piece of shit. We're going to take all your guns. We're going to come get them if you don't give them to us. Motherfucker, try it. You got a bunch of fucking redneck Okies that are not going to fucking allow that shit to happen. You just tell them that fuck this Roto guy or whatever fucking killed Del Earnhardt. These fucking rednecks are going to get up and fucking drink their 40 ounces and kill that motherfucker.
Well, it's also that we have a constitution that has a Second Amendment, and we have a Supreme Court, and unless they pack the court, that's conservative. So they're not going to get it. So we shall see. I'm just worried that
why do you need an assault weapon though? Like,
well,
that's fine.
Do you want the answer to that?
That's fine. Yeah.
Simple.
Do you want the answer to that? Because it is not your decision to determine what I need.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's constitutional right.
Yeah, you can't, that's like saying, why do you need to have a beard? Why do you need this much money? It is not your decision to ascertain what another American needs. That's the problem with socialism and the left. You are not the arbiter of my needs.
Or my wants.
My body, my choice, bro.
Oh, yeah. So then where does it, like, can I just have like a bazooka? Like, does that count as, can I have that?
Exactly.
Can I have like a machine gun on top of can I have a fucking tank?
I know
Where's
people
the line?
have tanks. I know people have tanks.
Do you? That's fun.
Yeah.
I don't know the legal. I'm not a huge 2A legal scholar, and I know things probably vary from state to state and jurisdiction to jurisdiction.
Big time.
But I know that the Second Amendment is in the Constitution, and getting around that and usurping that would be bad for our constitutional republic.
What kind of gun do you have?
Me? I have. Hold on, I'll show you.
Yeah.
Jimmy's excited. The Super
dear
Trumper, the
God.
2020 money gun.
my
Oh my
God.
god.
Nice. Is it shaped like a 45? Is it shaped like a 45?
And I don't know. I've never opened it. And I also have a champagne gun
Let's see.
because
okay, now we're
you know
talking.
why? Because capitalism.
That's
Exactly.
there.
I love
Yeah,
a
you
brunch.
put your champagne in it and you spray it.
Fuck yeah.
I'll show it to you. I'll send you a picture of it. It's
That makes
lovely.
me happy. That makes me happy.
Yeah, I'm not afraid to enjoy nice things. If you work hard, capitalism is a
It's
dangling carrot. Is a golden dangling carrot. If you work hard, you can have nice things. I don't think any American should be ashamed of that.
No,
Until
I
my
wanna-
brown jumpsuit comes. I'm gonna get my brown jumpsuit comes on Inauguration Day, I'm sure.
All right.
My
See, I
truth and reconciliation hearing is gonna be great.
I love how dramatic you guys are. You guys always say that like the left is so dramatic, but you guys are so dramatic.
How are we dramatic?
TBD.
She just said she's waiting for her brown jumpsuit to come.
Wait, do you know that AOC did recommend truth and reconciliation hearings, and that none of us should ever hold board positions or have corporate jobs? That she is making a list and checking it twice, gonna find out who's red pilled or nice.
Right.
AOC is coming to town,
Oh
Yes.
my god.
and I just
sure.
wrote that
You mean
myself. So
Pocahontas? Oh, I love that. Bravo.
They don't insult Pocahontas like that. AOC is not Pocahontas.
No,
No,
that's what
AO
Trump calls her.
no, are you insane? He calls Elizabeth Warren Pocahontas.
Yes, because
whatever.
she used to say she was Indian and she's not Indian at all. Or
No,
Native American
but
Indian.
so what? In her defense, so did I. My grandmother, bless her soul, she just died this year, told me I was Native American. We were Native my whole life. So people are like, you have this like exotic look. What are you?
Like,
I was like, I'm Native American, Italian, and Irish. They're like, yeah, you are. Yes.
They're like,
you are.
how?
They're
They
like,
ask
yes,
how.
yes. Tell me more about it and say it slowly.
right.
The bad news is that none of those things are true. Other than I'm Irish. I'm like a white. I'm like Snow White, without the 7 dwarfs.
You got a
literally.
test? You got a DNA test?
I got a DNA test. Yeah,
Let's go.
found out
company.
I'm 100% as
That
Liz.
bitch.
Yeah, so I'm not Native American. So I've been putting it on paperwork. I'm sure I'll have to admit that in my truth and
Right,
reconciliation
one day.
hearing.
Well, you came out right now and you're being honest about it, so I think we'll just go back
Well,
to
it wasn't my fault. I believed my grandma, and then I got the DNA test. Wasn't
What
true.
DNA test did you get? Was it from Ancestry.com?
One of those, like the ancestry. Yeah.
Because that shit, they just got traded. So if you just got all of your information sold.
I mean, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not that that doesn't really worry me that much.
Yeah.
I gave it to them willingly. It's not like they came and zapped my arm and took it.
Right. Like socialists want to do.
Like the mandatory vaccines.
Yeah, exactly.
Will you get a
No.
vaccine? Will you take it?
No.
Me neither.
No, me neither.
Well, the problem here, okay, let's go tinfoil. So let's say yesterday we find out that this vaccine it can't be mass produced. So then Biden comes in with a vaccine, you start giving it to the high level people, and then they can move free about society. So the rest of us that can't afford or have access to this vaccine, we're left sitting in our houses. Think about it. It's like a little dystopian, right? It's going to create a big chasm between the haves and have-nots, just what socialism loves.
And if they take your guns, then you can't even fucking fight it.
They're not going to take your guns. That's not happening.
They've been taking guns. They slowly take. We're in California right now. You can't own a certain kind of Glock, and it's a regular handgun. You
A
can't own
Glock you
all
can't
kinds
have?
of. You can have Glocks, but you can't have like a Glock 43. You can have Glock 19, but you have different ones because whatever the fuck reasons, they're slowly pulling. You can't have this big of a clip. Well, I want a bigger clip. I hate fucking loading clip after clip after clip. You
Yeah.
have so many fucked up rules here in California. They're slowly taking. You can't have all kinds of guns. You could have in Nevada. Like I mean, I'm 3 hours from Nevada. You can go to Nevada and literally fire off fucking machine guns and own them. But you come here and you can't have fucking like hella stuff. They are taking our stuff. Don't say
It's
they're
an
not because
it's a slowly and surely an infringement upon your constitutional rights.
right. Then they want to overtax fucking ammo, and then you can't buy. You have to prove you have this gun in order to buy this ammo. That's a new thing they're fucking doing. So wait, I can't go. Hey, my friend goes pick up a box of 9mm. I can't go pick up a 9mm because I only own a 45. That's fucked up, man.
Jeez.
It's fucking horrible here. So
Well,
thus they
what do
are
you-
taking away our fucking rights.
What do you tell? I mean, honestly, I don't really care if anyone has a gun. It doesn't matter. But what do you tell? Like, I used to be a teacher, and we would have these active shooter drills, and it's insane. Like, you're teaching these kids, like, okay, here's what happens when someone is coming to fucking shoot you, which does happen. Like, there is a lot of that. That's undeniable.
Absolutely.
What do you tell these people? They're like, well, you know, my kid just had a guy with an assault rifle come in and shoot up everybody. Like, what do you tell that parent? Why did he have
First of all, if the gun was legally owned, like I mean, an assault rifle isn't the issue. It's mental health.
Yeah,
Right.
it is.
It's a mental health problem.
The kid
I mean, you have to
help.
control the people that need the mental health help. No one deserves to be shot, but 99% of shootings occur in gun-free zones.
And if it's not
So-
a gun, he'll go hop in a car and go run over 20 fucking people. There's a way
Right.
to fuck kill Bill if you want to because they have mental fucking illnesses.
So then, are you trying to say that you're a proponent for Medicare for all? Like,
Never.
So that,
No,
so
I
that-
meant
so the
there's
mental
the only
health-
way to get mental health counseling is not through Medicare for all. And by the way, have you been to a post office or an Amtrak train station? Those are two things that are run by a government. If you want to run a program into the ground, you expand it. I mean, go take an Amtrak. Let's take a little quiz. I'll go send a FedEx. You send it postal service. You'll wait in line for an hour. I'll wait in line for 2 minutes. Mine will get there 5 days before you. The postal service is a disaster. Amtrak is a disaster. Anything run by the government doesn't
fucking
really work
disaster.
quite as well. So if you
but
want to expand
what about all
Medicare
these
for all-
people that need that need like mental health care and they can't get it?
You
Like,
can
'cause
go get it.
That
You
is
can
the
go down to county fucking hospital. There's a county hospital everywhere. Fuck, I don't fucking pay for medical. I go to a county hospital. I get it for free. So what? Anybody can fucking do it.
Jimmy. Why do you get free health care when you
'Cause
have
I'm
a
poor.
job?
I don't have a
You're
job.
not poor.
Dude,
I don't
You're
have a
buying a
job.
boat.
Way more poor than you are.
You guys are more poor because you guys are idiots. You don't know how to fucking make money.
You don't know. I'm not poorer than you.
Maybe we should have a financial advisor or
are.
a financial
Maybe we
expert on here. How we
should.
I mean, I can help you a little, but I mean, sheesh.
Yes,
Maybe
come-
we should talk
come
about how
run-
to make some money and monetize this.
Come
I
run
love
our
making money.
company, Aaron.
What?
Come run our company.
Listen, I might be out of a job in a few weeks. Sounds good.
We're in music, so you join our party.
I will join that party. That's the only party I will join.
We'll turn them all right.
Yeah. Oh, I will red pill you guys so fast. Hold
Yes,
on.
yes. They need it.
No way.
Oh, look at
Ooh.
that red pill.
Hey, don't turn Drake on. Fuck.
Yeah, I can do a
Oh
lot
my
of things with that. Oh, I can do a lot of things with both of those.
Red and white.
Are those Kegels? Are those Kegel eggs?
No, these are from the container store.
The container
They're
store.
just storage things, but I like them because they were red pills. So
That's
I
so
thought
funny.
they were cute to have in my little.
Oh, that'd be cool to
wall.
mail it to everybody for Christmas. Here's
Oh,
your
that's
red
a great
pill.
idea. Yeah, you should send them to all your friends. Yeah.
And
I'll
put
it
candy
down.
inside to make them happy that they're getting the red pill.
Oh, that's
You
cute.
guys-
Or like you can put a dollar bill, like something like money in
Right.
there, like an Easter egg,
Right.
some chocolate.
Red pills make you happy.
Yeah, they do.
What is it like being on all these like different TV shows? Like, what's the process like?
So I mean, I've been on almost every single one of them. I've been doing media for a long time, so it's sort of like I'm well trained in it, and I think it's all about being knowledgeable about what you're talking about, saying it concisely, respecting the other person's time. But today I was on Sky News, which is Britain, all of Europe, Australia, and the gentleman interviewing me, like he and I had a knockdown drag out. And what I think I said to you all in the beginning is how I don't even know if I got through the whole sentence, but what I'm going to do in this whole process, win, lose, or draw, if Kanye becomes president, I don't care, is I'm just going to stay classy, San Diego.
Yes.
You know, I'm just going to be classy. I will thumb everyone's eye just a little bit. You know, I will rib people, but not in a nasty vitriolic way. This guy today, maybe you can play a clip of it. Oh my gosh. He was saying like something like, how do you sleep with yourself at night, and screaming at me as being a shameful lawyer. And it was
that towards
really,
the end of the interview? I have the interview pulled up here. It's 9 minutes, but do you know if at what point?
I mean,
of the
just
interview
put
it
on
was?
any part, like any part of it, like go towards the middle. And if you want to
Okay.
play something like,
Yeah.
I got so many inbox messages from my website and from social media saying, I'm embarrassed to be British. I'm so sorry he treated you that way.
Amazing.
But I also get, while you're pulling that up, I also like, here's the other thing about hate mail is it makes me happy.
Yeah, right.
Oh.
We had good hate mail on our show.
Yeah, we do. Totally.
So I always post it on my social media. Like one person was like, last week, I posted on my, something like, what are you going to do now that Trump lost, you loser? Are you going to go be a Mar-a-Lago waitress or a pool playmate? I was like, first of all, pool playmate sounds like the best job ever.
Fuck
Right?
yeah.
Right?
And if you think that I'm capable of being a pool playmate, then good for me.
Oh yeah. Fucking
Good for me.
compliments.
Yeah. I'm doing the bunny hop. You know, like, and by the way, a waitress at Mar-a-Lago sounds like a great job.
Hell yeah.
Everyone there has done well in life. You could probably learn some financial investing tips. Interesting people. The food is good. Okay. And then today, wait, I got to read you the one I got today. It was so good. Hold on.
I love this.
That's
I
awesome.
do like more than you even know.
Hate mail's the best.
I'm not going to swear though. Okay. I've seen your interview. I'll do it in a British accent because his name is Graham Buckler.
Buckler.
I've seen your interview with Adam Bolton here on our UK Sky News. What an absolutely B-word, sycophantic, shallow intellect you are. Even if you spent 3 years in law school, you're a bad loser.
Ooh.
Whether you're a male or a female, you're an a-hole. Why don't you go and beep one of those beep, delusional, bigoted, proud boys you no doubt agree with? Like Trump, you're just an empty-headed, bigoted, anti-democratic racist, you prick.
Oh my God.
Ooh. That's love right
Ooh.
there. Hey, you know what? You caused feelings and emotions in him that his probably boyfriend hasn't done.
For me, like, I don't care if he's got like a boyfriend or girlfriend, a pet dog, but like the thing is I like sitting in my condo in Philly can get you that upset. That kind of excites me.
Right?
Like
So
to watch someone get wound up like a top, I think is exciting. And it's a lesson in human psychology that I want to understand and grasp.
Right. Right.
So we've shared this many times, but I want to share it with you.
Chris, you've shared this
Oh
way
my
too many times. I'm not gonna let you share that again.
Okay.
Do it, do it, do
There's
it.
so the
Wants to
thing
hear
is there's so many like on when I read all the Twitter comments on on Instagram comments, everyone is so mean to each other. Like both
Yeah.
sides, everyone is just like it's insane.
What is it? What is it? What is it? What is it?
Oh no, he's just, we get a lot of reviews, and he has one review that he always likes to read, but we've heard it too many times, so I'm not gonna let him.
Okay, that's fine. But maybe
I
you can
have
send it to me so
your-
I have it.
Yeah, I have your interview here. I'm gonna play it right now. Okay, here's a little clip from the Sky News Erin Elmore interview.
Joe Biden, you've just told me Joe Biden is not the winner. So you are arguing it. Don't say you're not arguing it. You are.
He is, darling, I told you that he is not the president-elect of the United States, which he is not. He has not been certified by each state secretary of state, and the Electoral College has not met yet. So if you want to be a proper Brit and be technical, those are the technicalities. You know, everyone.
Okay, he is recognized as the president-elect by Republican president, former Republican president, and by former Republican President George W. Bush, by admittedly Democratic President Bill Clinton, by 4 U.S. Republican senators, and by
Can I just say that
Democratic
it's messed up that all of these shows do this, where the interviewee gets muted immediately when someone else starts talking like that.
I mean, that wasn't even the worst part, but he was like literally going
Should I go
at
a little
me.
further
Yeah,
in?
go ahead.
That's awesome.
I tell everyone at home, please watch the show Black Mirror because you're watching it right now. The media is gaslighting you. Think for yourselves and just let the democratic process play out. No one is saying that Joe Biden isn't going to ultimately.
What you're doing is encouraging people to indulge in baseless conspiracy theories. And I put it to you again, as someone, an attorney at law, I find that an extremely regrettable thing for you to be doing.
Well, I hope you are never charged with a crime, because if so, you would be convicted and guilty, because no due process is entitled to anyone. Now, is it?
Ooh.
Do you listen to yourself ever and
Here you
think,
go, here
does
you go.
anyone really believe what I'm saying?
So now we're going to insult me for my opinion.
No, I'm just asking you. I'm just asking you. You're making a case.
I'm extremely proud
you've made
of my
you've
work.
made a series
I'm
of
extremely proud of
statements
my
which have not
credentials.
had
I'm extremely
which
proud
have
of
not
my
had backing.
president. And I spent 3 years in law school and I passed the bar exam and I did so meritoriously and in good faith and I'm in good standing. So I think you should have some deference and respect for a lady.
Right, and I spent 40 years covering American politics, and I've also got
And
degrees.
insulting women.
So I'm not insulting women. I don't even. Your sex doesn't come into this. I'm simply asking you whether you think Republicans and Republicans like you are behaving in an honourable and decent fashion that you would be proud to turn around to the next generation and say, "Copy me."
I would want every American to say, hey, we should have a constitution that means something from 1776. Our legal system works. We should have due process of law. Every American citizen is entitled to due process of law. There are recounts, there are audits, and there are lawsuits. And until they are fully seen out, we have to respect the will of the President of the United States. And whether you like it or not, the president today is Donald J. Trump, the 45th president of the United States. I do not know who will be the 46th president. And it is really not my opinion to say who it will be, but I will tell you, we deserve transparency in elections. We deserve to see this process at work. And only one party wants that, and that's the Republican Party. Elections done in secrecy are bad for Democrats and Republicans and our republic alike.
Damn, you showed him.
That was good.
Got him.
Thank you.
Damn,
That was the hardest
good.
I've ever had to like that. He was just ridiculous. But the key again is stay classy. Just, you got to stay calm. You know, if I was on there like talking out my neck, you know, you just, you just don't do it.
No, that's good. You did really good there.
Thank you.
Damn,
That's what makes good TV, to be honest.
That was good.
Oh yeah.
And you said it right, and everything that was on point, and you kept it a little biased too. Which is like, hey, both people deserve it, the Democrats and the Republicans. You were that was really well. You said very well.
Thank you. That was nuts. But
do you know what they're going to be asking you before you go on to one of these interviews?
Yeah, I mean, you're pretty well aware of it. Like, they want everyone to be prepared. I mean, sometimes you would go on CNN and no, they would tell you one thing and you'd be talking about another with no opportunity to prepare. But generally speaking, you have your talkers and you have your talking points and you send them back what you're going to say. So everyone is pretty well aware of what's going on.
Do people get paid to do that kind of stuff? Like, do you?
Yeah.
So they pay you per interview.
So since we're talking a lot about politics, I work for a 501c3 nonprofit. So that's a totally separate entity. And I generally go on and speak about issues that relate to that entity. But when I step out of that role, I can talk about politics myself. And because I was on the networks for so long, sometimes I still get booked to do the political stuff, but mostly it's the other. So I'm still on all of the time, but I just have to keep those two things really separate because just one's politics and the other is not allowed to be involved in politics. But yeah, there are people that are contributors that get paid to just work on one network and do that all the time. There's several of them and it's a lucrative business. Yeah.
What's your 501c3?
So shifting gears, putting on that hat now and stopping the political talk, just because I have to, and I don't mind. So it's a 501c3 called USA Strong. Totally bipartisan, nonpartisan, because what we want to do is we want to hold China accountable for not only the coronavirus. And by the way, everyone across the board thinks that has an unfavorable view of what happened there. A Pew Research Foundation study came out a few months ago that said over 90% of Americans have an unfavorable attitude towards China. So they're also stealing our intellectual property. They're buying up our farmland and taking jobs away from Americans. I want to restore our American middle class and bring jobs back to this country. Do you know that 97% of our pharmaceuticals are made in China? That should scare every American. I don't care if you voted for Kanye. Like 97% of our antibiotics are made in China. A disruption to that supply chain will be deadly for Democrats and Republicans alike. A contamination of that supply chain will be deadly for Republicans and Democrats alike. We need to have a little bit of a protectionist attitude towards America. And I know the left doesn't see that, but by flooding this country with illegal immigrants, you're taking jobs away from African Americans. That's factually proven and statistically accurate. You're lowering their wages, factually proven and statistically accurate. We need to have a strong, robust American middle class here and focus on our country a little bit more before we can just sort of expand into this globalism. So that is the work that I'm doing in my other life. And we just did a documentary. I'll give you the links to that if you want to put it up. It was about an American small town manufacturer, 100% made in the USA. China came in and tried to target them, and they fought back and won, and they saved their business. They saved their town. They saved their community. They saved a part of America. And their experiences are like many other corporations and small businesses in this country they won. Most of the time you don't win. So there is an impact when these jobs go over to China, when things are stamped made in China. I want every American to see something that's stamped made in China and be disgusted, because those workers are not a human. There's no value in their human life. They are seen as a wheel or a cog in a wheel, if you will. There are no labor standards. They live in these factories. They work 20 hours a day with no breaks. You know, they are people too. And if we say lives matter, their lives matter. And I'm not railing against the Chinese people. It's the Chinese Communist Party. So
I can back that.
Yeah. That's the fight. It's called USA Strong. We're on social media as Proud USA Strong.
Proud.
And it's been shared by Don Jr. and Charlie Kirk and a lot of other really great voices for freedom.
Should we just not be buying anything that is made in China? Like, what can we do, like from home? Because we're voting with our dollar essentially. What can we do?
I mean, that is it's going to be a process of we have gotten into this tangled web with China that's going to take some time. I don't think it's a Band-Aid that you can rip off. I think it's seeking out American companies and trying to buy American as much as you can, buying local as much as you can, trying not to buy from Amazon. We're all guilty of it. It's really hard because it's easy, and you can get you don't have to go to the store anymore. I'm like, if I have to go search which aisle toilet paper is in, I'm going to lose my mind. And then it's here, The Amazons of the world make that really easy. So it's going to be a process of untangling. And I think there are some people voting for the people that support are unwinding with China, but often those people are conservatives because the Democrats now tend to be globalists. And, back when there was the Cold War with Russia, put it this way, every American, every child, every politician knew we are all united against this enemy that is Russia. We are literally at war with China right now. I will tell you books to read. I have one I can show you. It's called The 100-Year Marathon. Just read this book, The 100-Year Marathon.
I'll read it, but Jimmy doesn't know how to read.
He can get the audiobook, okay?
Thank you.
Just
Give me
tells
the
you
audiobook,
how China wants to take over the United States. So this should be something, instead of dividing us as a country, should unite us as a country. They want to be the one world superpower. They want to control the elements, the assets, the oil. They want to control the whole entire world. And they're at war with us through technology and through purchasing power and through buying up land and through control of commerce. This isn't a war of bombs. It's far scarier and much more dangerous.
Mm-hmm. I completely agree, but obviously at some point we're going to move to a global society because that's just the way things are going to go as technology expands more and more and we're more connected. How does that
fight it long as possible?
Why does it have to be it's okay to be a global society? For example, this is going to be the longest podcast ever, but if you look at your beloved socialist Scandinavian countries, like the Finland, Swedens, Denmarks, their immigration policies are like next to impossible. And the one time that Sweden experimented with immigration, it was detrimental to their economy terribly. So if you point to those we need to have secure borders and difficult immigration. Letting everyone that wants to come into America without being able to contribute to the system doesn't benefit the American at all. You can be a global society with difficult immigration. I don't care about any of that. Being a global society is a lovely thing, but not everyone deserves to be a United States citizen. These are just things to think about, no matter what side you're on. Because like I said, your Scandinavian countries, by the way, they have some of the lowest tax rates for corporations in the world. And you can't live there. They won't let you guys become a citizen.
I'm not even
Not
allowed in half
because you
those
guys are
countries.
degenerates, just because.
I'm not even allowed in half those countries.
Jimmy's a felon.
Oh, I love that.
Thank
Okay,
you.
congratulations.
It was for weed when I was like 22, but I still got it.
Oh, they wouldn't like fix that for you?
I got 2 of them gone right now. They just wiped off. I got 1 left from fighting.
All right. I mean, weed isn't that? Aren't they like making all drugs legal out there?
It's
No,
getting
that's
out.
Portland.
Oregon or Portland, Oregon. They have heroin and cocaine. It's a $100 fine.
That's crazy.
Which just
For
means
what,
you're
buying
gonna
it, using it, or
for having
possessing it?
Possessing it.
What about the mushrooms that everyone's doing these days?
Oakland, you can walk into the store right now and buy them. You buy candy bar, shrooms, everything.
Wait, in a store? Really?
Yeah, you know, like right by the head shops. You can go in there and literally buy candy bars with mushrooms in them, and fucking and trip tonight, totally free and legal. Walk in Oakland, California.
Wow, maybe people are happier there.
They are happy. Everybody's microdosing.
Dude,
This
didn't
is
know
a
that.
whole world that is totally new to me. Wow.
Well, welcome.
Are you guys all on different? I have to follow you guys all on social media.
Yes.
I'm Jimmy Jew 81. One word.
Writing it down, and I'm on Instagram.
Here, let me put you in right now.
Okay, I'm Erin on Instagram. I'm Erin M as in Michael Elmore, Elmore. So Instagram, Erin M Elmore, and Twitter, just Erin Elmore. Facebook,
love
Erin
this.
Elmore.
I'm
if you
obsessed
want-
with Twitter now. I just
Oh.
got on it basically because it's fun. Because you can, there's so much shit that you have to sift through. But Twitter, I like it because you can just follow all the people that you trust.
And now all the conservatives are going to Parlor.
What's that?
Yeah, I seen that. I just got a bunch of people give me their things.
Yeah,
today.
you should get on Parlor because big tech, aka Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whichever one I'm forgetting, Twitter, they are all controlled by the leftist mob, and they filter and censor conservative content.
There's no denying that. I totally.
Yeah, thank
no.
you. There's no denying
you
that.
You really can't.
That's why Jimmy's been watched 85 times.
So my Instagram today, maybe it's because of that news hit I did. I have been trying to pull it up all day. I've uninstalled and reinstalled the app. Won't load.
Oh.
Are your Instagrams working?
Ask Jimmy because
Yeah.
he's had about 5 of his accounts deleted.
Yeah, I just
Mine isn't working. You can see it. It's like, I don't know if you can see. It's basically not loading.
It just let me.
Oh,
follow
it
you.
just loaded. No, it didn't. It just looks like, wait, is this an optical illusion? No, it's not loading. See?
It's not loading.
This has been all day.
Turn your Wi-Fi off and on. That helps.
My Wi-Fi's off. Well, I don't want to disrupt our connection here because that would
Okay.
stink, but
Yeah, I just gave you a follow.
oh, good. I'll follow you back.
Well, Erin, this is awesome. Thank you so much for coming on the show. This is one thing that we pride ourselves in the show is like we obviously all have different opinions, but like I had a good time and it was fun. Did you have a good time?
I had the best time. You guys are so great. Let's keep in touch and do something in the future
Oh,
when we're allowed to be out in public.
right.
Well, I'm never going to be allowed out in public again. I'm going to be wearing my brown jumpsuit, remember?
Well, I'll be right next to you with a gun to protect you, so it's okay.
Oh,
Okay, I'm coming out there.
Jimmy,
Right.
That's the nicest thing you've ever said to anybody.
Well, we protect real Americans in this country.
Oh my God, here we
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, you like that?
Don't believe the hype of the mainstream media and big tech.
Exactly.
Think for
Exactly.
yourselves.
Erin, you're the best. About time we have. a
All
good-
right, that was awesome. Cool.
Thank you, guys.